You're listening to Background Noise.
Background noise?
Yeah, Background Noise.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Background Noise Podcast. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Another episode. I'm super stoked to be doing this episode. Can I just start by saying, can I be honest? I like saying that. Dude, every time I start an episode, I feel like I'm out of breath. And I have a reason why, and I figured it out today. Because I'm scrambling around, making sure everything is set up correctly and like getting it started. So like, dude, I need to figure that out. You know what I mean? But like, as I'm doing that, I'm also like preparing and getting myself like ready for, for the podcast, like thinking about what I'm going to talk about, kind of like getting hyped and excited and the energy, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's helpful. But anyways, yeah, dude, I always feel like out of breath when I start the episode, and I figured it out today, and that's pretty cool. I was, see what I mean? Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Ready? Okay, that was enough. I was telling baby, something about the room right now is a little bit more blue, and I'm like, I keep staring this way because I keep looking at the monitor, and it looks real blue, but I kind of like it, dude. It's kind of cool. Another thing about how I do my podcast is that like my monitor has such a saturation to it that it looks a lot more like punchy colors on my monitor, almost like too much. I kind of like it though, dude. And then when I look at it, I'm on the phone like later because I'm always working on the monitor. I'm always like, it looks a little different. You know what I mean? So I like it. I really do like it. It looks really nice. But we're here. Another episode of the pod. Dude, my birthday just passed. I mean, we've got a lot we're going to talk about. Talk about the birthday. I guess we just get straight into it, dude. Wow. My 31st birthday. I'm super stoked, man. Like, it's funny because people talk a lot about how when you turn 30, your perspective changes, or like, oh my God, like, I just like, you're going to feel old, or like, that's one of the things I would hear as I was like, whenever, any time it would ever come up, which like, it's not like it ever did too much. Obviously, as you get older, people start talking about more like, oh, you're 30s, you're about to be 30. But like when you're younger, it's like once in a while you might hear it, but in those once in a whiles, it was that it's like, oh, you're gonna like, oh man, when I turned 30, like I remember feeling like that. People would tell me those things like, oh man, like I'm old now, or like you just feel the difference, and like, oh yeah, your body doesn't work like it used to, like, oh, now I have the this or the that. And so like I remember hearing that a lot going into my 30s, and I'm like, nah, not me though, you know what I mean? And so like I've always had, kind of that outlook on it. I've always had like a positive outlook on it, and feeling like that wouldn't get to me in that way. And one thing that I will say about turning 30 is that I remember I did feel like, wow, like more conscious about your time alive, being on earth, which I'm grateful for. But I feel like I had that a lot. So it was a little different. So when I turned 30, like one thing that I'm still consistent on is like, nah, bro, like it's not like, oh my gosh, my knees hurt now because I'm nah, hell no, bro. I feel fantastic. I feel like I've always felt, you know what I mean? It's like anytime I've ever felt anything like, oh man, like even younger, I don't know. It's like my mentality is always like, I don't know, like just, I don't know, you'll be better. So like being older, I definitely don't feel what people feel about, oh man, like, the body. And I know that will come. So like, I'm not oblivious to that, but talking specifically about like my experience currently, it's like, I'm grateful, I want to say that I'm grateful with how I feel, grateful with my mentality. But yeah, dude, turning 30, I did have a perspective change. Like it was definitely like a mental, like, interesting. And I wonder how much of that happened because it's just natural to happen at that time, or because of so many people telling me as I'm growing up that you're going to get that at that age. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like that's an important question to ask, an important thing to kind of like to consider, you know what I mean? Like about people kind of like influencing your life and like telling you things and how much that like can actually affect you. So like, I'm curious, because, I don't know, but yeah, dude, turned 31, and I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. Spent it with my family, spent it in a very like chill and relaxed way, kind of like the way that I would want to. Obviously, like with my family, we always do the midnight tradition. I got some pretty cool gifts. Actually, like I'm pretty stoked. Let me show you guys one of them real quick. Hold on. If you're looking around for it, let me see. Look at this. I'll continue telling you guys my stories in just a bit, but I wanted to show you guys a cool gift that my family got me, and it's these dope ass glasses, which I think is lit because in this podcast, for some reason, I've just kind of taken it upon myself to wear glasses when I'm doing it, and it's kind of lit, dude. I don't always wear the glasses, but hold on, let me put these on. Sheesh, dog. You see? See, now I'm activated, baby. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. So this is a gift that my family got me, dude. I'm super grateful. So yeah, we spent it in a super, super chill way, just hanging out at the house, being here. That's the way that I would like to spend it. Like, whenever it's our birthdays here, we do a midnight tradition. So, we'll stay up late and sing happy birthday at midnight. And then my family goes above and beyond. So like, honestly, huge shout out to my family. Vanessa does an incredible job at like decorating, like, dude, above and beyond. Oh my gosh. I might do that after the commercial break. I might show you guys some of the little things around here, or go to my social medias. I hate to do that, but go to my social medias. You guys will see all the little decorations there. I'll post it on my account, so you guys will see it there. But man, dude, super cute decorations. Vanessa goes incredible with that. I mean, really everybody. Manny baking the cake. Jessica's obviously extremely helpful with decorating as well. Judy, super creative. Like, so the whole family does a lot. And then we'll sing happy birthday at midnight. And so it's a beautiful thing, dude. It's a beautiful tradition that we've done. Like, man, that's just always been that way. And then obviously it's up to the birthday, how would you say that? The birthday to choose how the day goes, where you want to eat, what do you want to do. And so for me, I was like, honestly, like, let's just go get some food, because I know everybody's working, everybody's grinding, we all got things to do. You know what I mean? Let's just go and have some quick little Buffalo Wild Wings, and then come home and watch a movie, dude. Just have a great time. Just spend time together. We don't gotta do nothing fancy, So that's how we did it, dude. It was awesome. We were supposed to watch a movie, but it got kind of late. And again, I'm just trying to be considerate about everybody's time, because my birthday landed on a Wednesday, which is obviously a work night. So I'm like, you know what? We don't gotta watch the movie, although still gotta watch it though. So at this point, I don't know. I'm gonna see if the family wants to do that all together. But if not, then I'll watch it. Me and baby will watch that for surely. Watch F1. Heck yeah, dude. So that's the movie. By the way, I want to get into F1. I don't know I don't know how deep I'm going to get into that, but I kind of want to like just be more knowledgeable on that. I don't really know too much about F1, dude. And I don't know how much I can say about this. I'm going to say it real quick, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, just because there are limitations that your boy has on what I can and cannot talk about on whatever. But I will say this. I think that F1 is now a part of Apple TV Plus subscription, and so is MLS. I was going to say more thoughts on how I feel about it. I'm going to leave it at that, but that's all I'll do for now. So I want to get into more F1. I think that, like, it's cool, dude. I don't know, like, just cars going quick. And I remember I saw the movie, what was it? Man, the movie's blanking me, but it was about the video game for PlayStation 5, Gran Turismo. There it is. Gran Turismo. Oh, dude, that movie that was a lit movie, dude. I didn't expect that to be as cool as it was. Funny story about that. My girl actually invited me to go see that, and baby was just there. Jessica was there. If I'm not mistaken, that movie was, and Jennifer was there. Okay, because I remember, was that movie the secret movie or whatever? Ah, okay, cool. Well, funny. Well, still, either way, super dope ass story about that. Baby, you could text me if you'd like, but I got you. So funny story about that is that when my girl she saw it first. So baby saw it first, and she saw it with her friend Jennifer, and they do a really cool thing where they go to see these movies. I don't know when they happen, but that's like a secret movie. So check your local theater. I don't know, maybe your local theater does it also, but there's like a $5, you don't know what movie you're gonna watch, ticket cost. Dude, I'm saying that. Hold on, I'm thinking as I'm talking. Okay, so it costs $5. You go to the movies, you don't know what you're gonna watch, and you just kind of go see what it is. And what a lit experience, bro. $5, any random movie. So you just go and it just starts playing, and you just kind of sit through it, which I think is And you know what? We got to do that more. That is wonderful. I feel like that's amazing. I'm already to the point where I don't watch previews to movies. Baby got me onto that actually, but I was already kind of low-key gonna find my way there because, damn, bro, like these trailers give away so much, dude. It's like you watch a movie and I don't want to see what the conflict is between the characters. I want to figure out what that is. I want to see what that's like. Like you don't gotta sell me on nothing. All you gotta do is tell me, bruh, a movie about Spider-Man's coming out. I'm gonna go see it, dog. I need zero trailers, bro. Give me a poster. That's it. And so I already don't watch trailers. And so now that movie theaters are selling you a $5 ticket, that's lit, dude. A $5 ticket, and you don't know what you're gonna watch, and just be around for the surprise, dude. And worst case scenario, you take off. But honestly, sit through it, dog. That's lit. So that's how they saw Gran Turismo. They loved it. And they're like, you gotta see it. I'm like, okay, well, shit, let's go. And so me and Jess tagged along for the second viewing for them, first for us. And we actually got to see that in 4D, which was lit. Because in 4D, that's where, like, if y'all don't know, bro, that's where they'll pinch your butt, dude. If you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, and then they'll shake your seat, dude, and they'll freaking spray you, dude. You know what I mean? That 4D is a son of a gun, dog. Be careful with that 4D. No, I'm kidding. But 4D, yeah, dude, like the seat shakes around and stuff, and they actually do kind of like, they can like mist you a little bit, and then I think they can, like, I don't know, like send heat at you sometimes for like flames and stuff. It's kind of cool, and some of them even do smells, which is nuts. And so we saw that in that experience, Gran Turismo, and I was so surprised at that movie, dude. That movie was so good. Like I liked it. It was like, I don't know, something about it felt like just, I don't know. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know. That's cool, dude. It was cleanly shot. The cars looked cool. The characters were cool. I think one thing that I also liked about it is that, like, it was based in just not in the United States. I'll say it that way. I say it that way because I don't know where it was based in, but it seemed like another country because they had accents and it was cool. I don't know. It was pretty lit. I don't know. I really enjoyed that movie. And so tying it all full circle is like, I want to get into a little bit more F1, dude. I'm curious to see, you know, that stuff in real life and see it through F1 because I feel like F1 is real prestigious. It seems kind of like golf where it's like fancy, you know what I mean? It seems like real, like, I don't know. It definitely has like a little prestigious feel to it. And then, yeah, just really because of that movie. So I'm curious to see, based on Gran Turismo, which I know wasn't F1, it was track racing, but similar. It's racing. I want to see how that translate here to like the real life stuff, you know, see who's good, see who's not. There's that one meme of, I think his name is Charles Leclerc. And then there's that kid, Leclerc, and he like coughs, Leclerc. And then the dude's like driving away in his Ferrari. Lit. That's funny, dude. But yeah, dude, so dang, kind of even fuller circle is that, you know, that was the movie that we were going to watch for my birthday. We didn't get to that. But at some point I will watch it. I don't know if I'll review it because I don't know if I can, but, but I'm going to see what that's about. It's cool. Lit. But my birthday, yeah, these shades, I had to put them on because I was thinking about them. I was like, yeah, these are lit, dude. Have them on. And I got some other cool gifts. It was awesome, dude. It was awesome spending it with family. I have quite a few things to get to, but I kind of feel like going back to real quick what I was talking about is like turning 30 and how that can have a mental effect on your mind. I think it's not that I don't know. I don't want to like come out here and say that when you turn 30 you're gonna feel something different, because like I don't want to like speak that upon you, because what if it is that? What if it is because everyone says it, that's just why it happens, you know? Like, just be present, you know? Like, you can learn lessons at any time, you know what I mean? I feel like you know, I don't know, I don't want to like speak something onto you and like contribute to that. But I'll say real quick, I feel that a lot because growing up, I was, you know, son of a pastor. So of course I had to be I was the next pastor, the pastor runner up. So a lot of people would speak into my life. That is what you're going to be. That is what you must be. That is what is for your life and stuff like that. And I remember kind of like struggling with that thought. And so that's why I feel very passionately about like not speaking and telling you what's going to happen in your life. Like, I don't know what your experience is going to be like. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit of a side note of why, you know, I kind of wanted to come back to clarify that. Nonetheless, bruh, here's one thing that I have learned about life that I will share with you, and this is my personal roadmap, is that, I remember one time speaking to my uncle, and he told me, he said, man, your 20s are for figuring out what the heck you're going to do with your life. Your 30s are for executing the heck out of what you figured out in your 20s, and your 40s are for enjoying the fruits of your labor. And I was like, damn, I kind of rock with that, dude. And so it's like, look, I'm going to say this. May success find me where it does. So I ain't trying to wait till 40 till success hits. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. So I've always said, like, oh man, my 40s are going to be my prime. And look, I don't want to like speak these words. My prime, man, shoot, my whole life is lit, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I remember really appreciating that, because I feel like, dang, like there's such a pressure to figure out what you got to be in life and what you got to do in life. You know what I mean? Like immediately as you start growing up and realizing, and all of a sudden high school hits you fast, and you got to think about like, man, what you got to decide on, what are you going to do? And I'm so like, I admire those who have had a clear understanding of what they've wanted to do since the jump. I admire that, dude. Like there are people that get that, and I love that, and I believe that, and I'm so for that, for people that since an early age said, I want to do this, and have dedicated their time to that and have accomplished it. Freaking rock on, dude. That is lit as heck. You know what I mean? But that wasn't my experience, dude. Like, man, I didn't know what, you know what I mean? And I kind of touched on it earlier. It was like, man, I remember one time I was a kid and I said I wanted to be like my dad, and he was a pastor and a minister. And it's like, ever since then, that was it. That was kind of like, it was kind of placed on me, you know what I mean? And I kind of let that just kind of be what it was. And I never really was able to think about what the heck I wanted to do. And then so hearing my uncle's words talking about that, I was like, wow, that kind of felt real comforting, thinking like, okay, cool. I've been kind of in this whole whirlwind of a thing. And then you see people talk about it a lot. Like, bro, the secret is that no one knows what they're doing. I'm thinking, that's cool, dude. Like, and so those things like were able to like bring me comfort. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, like it's just, I'm grateful for the experiences that I have, because I feel like as I'm navigating through life now, such clarity, you know what I mean? And so I encourage you guys, which is why I encourage you guys to to like pursue your one wild and precious life. I was gonna be like, let me not be corny, dude. And I was trying not to say it, but I did. Dude, so like yeah, I encourage you guys to pursue your one wild and precious life. There's a reason why that is in the credo of what Seventh Hour is. That is what defines, that's part of what defines Seventh Hour. So going into a couple of things that I've been up to, Seventh Hour, I've been working on that a lot. And as you guys see in the back, here's one of the shirts that we have on the site. Feel free to take a look, seventhhour.com. Stuff is lit. But I was, thinking to myself, what is Seventh Hour? You know what I mean? What is that? Because for a long time growing up, or not growing up, let me take that back. For a long time since I had Seventh Hour, which I would say was like birthed, man, dude, I would say 2020. Around 2020, Seventh Hour was birthed. Maybe a little bit earlier, to be honest, but 2020 is a good placeholder for right now. And when people would ask me, what does it mean? What is Seventh Hour? Honestly, my answer used to be, well, I don't know. 7 is, like the number of perfection, and aura like means vibe. Funny enough, aura ended up becoming like in pop culture. I feel like aura had a moment where it was a big old like thing. People were talking about aura, but this was before that. I don't mean to be that guy, but it was. And I was like, yeah, so I had to define what aura was. Like 7th number of perfection, and then aura is like vibe and energy, and like, oh, I had to explain it that way, and I would do it that way because I didn't really know. Like, what is Seventh Hour? Well, shit, I don't know. I just like, it sounds cool, and 7th and 7. I just like the way that it looks, SE, and then whatever, and then Steven is almost close to it. And I just think, okay, cool. And I don't know. It just looked cool, sounded cool. And I was like, bet, like, let me go with that. And I didn't know what it meant. And, I still carried it, went through with it, and, used it as the name of my business in the beginning of doing photography. and then at some point it was what I was trying to, like use as my YouTube. Like I am, I'm Seventh Aura, and there was a whole process about it. But I knew that it was something, and I kept it around, and so I started to really think, like, what is this? Like, what is Seventh Aura? Like, I mean, like, why am I not just Steven? Like, why don't I just, what the heck? Why do I always have to carry like an extra name to it? Why is it always something? And so I started to really think about it, because it would never, like, it wouldn't leave me, just the passion, the feeling of like, man, there's just, something I'm passionate about. And that's where I ended up defining, what it is. And as you guys may have seen everywhere else, Seventh Hour, we believe that art lives within every soul, within you. And it's not just what you create, it's who you are. Seventh Hour exists to affirm this truth and to remind you to embrace your inner creativity and to pursue your one wild and precious life. That is what I, after a lot of thought, a lot of, contemplation on it, prayer, that's what came of it, that art lives within every soul. So Seventh Aura is this belief that art lives within every soul, and it's not just what you create, it's you. You are art. You yourself are art, and it lives within you, and it's not just the things that you create. And so it's that, and it's to remind you of that and to embrace your creativity, to do small things. And it doesn't all look the same. And that's something that I want you guys to know. Like, for me, this is what it looks like. It's, having the cameras and doing these things and a podcast and whatever. That's what it is for me. But it can be different for you. It can be, I don't know. You can be painting something. You can be passionate about music. You can be passionate about like organizing, dude. Like, I'm being serious. You can be passionate about like, organizing, and you end up using that in some way, and that's your contribution to life. You know what I mean? That's your contribution to earth and the beautifulness that this all is, and so that's why part of it is, to remind you to pursue your one wild and precious life, because man, this life is, it's a whirlwind of things. I've recently come to the idea, to the thought that like life isn't, here, let me set this up, that life isn't something that you are like walking through. I feel like imagine you're standing still and you're on the shore, on the beach, and we've all done it, where you're standing in the water and you look at your feet and you're over the sand, and then all of a sudden the water comes through and you can see how you're still, but it's moving and it looks different. You know what I mean? It's like the water's moving and you're just looking down at your feet, and eventually, the sand ends up covering your feet. I don't know why I'm focusing on the sand. It's more about the water. But as you see that water moving, I feel like that's the way that life is. It's like, it's not that you're moving, it's that life is happening at you. It's life is coming at you. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's important for you to position yourself in a way that gets you to the place that you want to be. So it's like, I don't know, like I think a lot, like my mindset used to be a lot about doing to get to, you know what I mean? As opposed to, I don't know, dude, I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But I feel like, as opposed to positioning yourself, being still, kind of like the Bible says, be still and know that I am God. Ooh, one of my favorite verses. But be still. Think about the be still and know. Because if you know that he is God, what would you do? And that's what gets you to the place you need to be. Uh-oh. Bro, okay. I have a whole set of notes about what I was going to talk about, and I have not got to any of that. I'm just kind of yappy today, baby. So this is kind of lit. But here, let me see. Let me look at the notes. Also, there's something that I'm going to try out in this podcast today, guys. I probably should have mentioned it earlier for the folks that like, well, how long were we? 25. Yeah, I should have mentioned it way earlier, dude. This should have been in the intro. But oh well. If you guys are here, guess what? Later in the pod, after the commercials, I think that way gives me time to set it up. We're going to do a different type of thing. We are going to do like a desktop setup where we're going to look at some funny things that I have, like some tweets and stuff. So, or just really anything, just desktop set up. I have anything. I don't know if I have anything set up, but we're going to do it. We're going to try it out. It's going to be something fun and cool. I think it's going to be a part of the show once in a while whenever I have things to share. So that's going to be pretty fun. That happens a little bit later. Let me get to some of the things that we have to talk about today. How's that for an intro, bruh? Let go. Okay. There's this one thing that I saved forever ago, and I don't remember what my commentary on it, but I'm gonna read it to you guys because I was enough for me to put it here in my notes here, so might as well. And it says, protection starts by having the ability to recognize danger before committing to an action. I'm not going to read the next sentence because that's about the video that the comment was from. So it's kind of irrelevant to the main thing. The main thing being protection starts by having the ability to recognize danger before committing to an action. That. Again, I started this by saying I don't remember my commentary that got me to put this in my notes. So I'm going to give you guys my commentary that I have now. And it's pretty, I mean, damn, that's pretty straight to the point. Protection starts by having the ability to recognize danger before committing to an action. So for me, I feel like I liked that because, yeah, dude, like I feel like the best defensive that you can be, the best that you can do for yourself is understand the situation, and keeping your cool. So whenever you're in an intense situation, whatever that may be, I love how freaking random this podcast is. Whenever you're in a situation, however random it may be, stop and just sit there and analyze. Unless you're in a situation where you got to get out of there and run. In that case, ignore everything I'm saying right now and get your ass out of there. God damn it. Okay, yeah, let's not stay on that because I have no idea what to talk about that. And I told you guys that. So, yeah. Okay, lake show. Ooh, we'll get to this part later when we're doing the desktop setup. Oh my God. Can I talk about this real quick? So, and you will see a little bit more about this later, but Kyrie Irving liked one of my tweets and I feel freaking stoked about that, bro. What? And look, bro, look, there's no glazing here, dude. It's not that it's glazed. You know what I mean? I'm just, bro, this thing is not what I need it to be. Smokes. Okay. Bruh. That is the coolest. That for me feels so cool because you never know who's watching, bro. You never know who's watching the things that you're putting out there. So I posted a video where I mentioned how Kyrie Irving's shoe is literally a sleeper shoe, and it is the hottest shoe out right now. And it's a slept on sneaker. And I made a video about that, and Kyrie Irving not only saw it, but he pressed like on it, and I feel super stoked about that. And so I started to think to myself, like, what would I do about that? Well, for one, obviously mention it here because that's super exciting. Like, what? That's lit as hell, bro. Like, Kyrie, he watching, baby. Kyrie, I mess with you so much, bro. You're probably my favorite basketball player because I really appreciate, the artistry behind what you do. And honestly, I think that it'd be a fantastic idea for me and Kyrie Irving to collaborate. And obviously, like, come on the podcast, that's like a given. But before you do that, because that's just so cheap, right? To just be like, hey, Kyrie, come onto the podcast. We're not going to just do that. I mean, everyone wants that. Allow me to produce for you content. And let me not even say content because that might degrade what it is. I'm thinking like a mini documentary about the struggles that you've gone through in your, not only just in your journey to your to the NBA, but through your career. Let me document who you are. Let me tell your story. Let me allow me to do that for you, right? And after that, after we finish that, then we can come onto the podcast and talk about what was made, and I would love that. And then obviously we got SEVENTHAURA, and maybe, that's probably some other things. He probably can't do all that because contractual things, but you know what I'm saying? Kyrie, put on a shirt, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could, that could happen too, papa. You know what I'm saying? Papa. But yeah, dude, I think I would love that. Obviously I would love that, bro. What? So Kyrie, if you're down for something like that, let me know. I feel like, kindred spirit, I would say. I feel very like, yeah. So yeah, dude, that'd be lit, dude. Damn, that was so cool, bro. When I seen that, I was kind of stoked, bro, because Kyrie's high key, dude. I like him as a basketball player as well, but I kind of see him as a person that's real centered, real connected to, like, real grounded and real focused on the present moment, and he's real aware. His eyes are open, I can say. And so that's what something I really like. I really mess with that. And as you guys know, I'm real selective about who I represent and who I wear and who I show. So whenever it's about jerseys that I wear, they got to be like that in order for me to put that jersey on. I only got Otani. I only got the Diesel. You know what I'm saying? I only got Rodman, baby, and I got Brady. You know what I mean? Like, I only put on them. You know what I'm saying? And Kyrie's definitely one of them. You know what I mean? Dude, their shoes is tough, bro. I look, I almost don't even want to keep talking about it because I don't need everybody having them. You know what I'm saying? I like that when I wear them and I go out and people tell me, wait, who's that? I love that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's enough of that tag. But Kyrie, let me document your story, bro. Let me show people what you're really about. And how about this, bro? I know that you do these pop-ups and these like meetups and stuff. Let me document one of those. Let me document that side of you. If you're passionate about a venture, man, bro, I would love that. Like, if something outside of the big shoe deal, something outside of the big, the big deal associated to your career, you know what I'm saying? Like, something outside on a passion project, allow me to understand that and to join in on that, bro. I would love to use my talents to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be lit, bro. That'd be lit. I'd be so down for that. So Kyrie, let me know, pa. Let's see. Hey, bro, y'all never know who's watching. Let's see. Man, you know what, dude? This is something that I was thinking about, and I don't know, bro. I feel some type of way about it, and so I'm going to talk about it. And I haven't wanted to talk about this because I don't know, man. I just think that I don't know. Like, I don't think it's ever a good look to put someone else down to promote yourself. And in no way am I trying to do that. So I want to like navigate this carefully. But honestly, dude, I feel a type of way when I see Kai Cenat documenting his process for his brand. And I want to reserve the right to say that I have not looked super into it. I don't think I've watched any one of his like YouTube videos about it. So like, if there's stuff in there that maybe if I watch it, I feel like, differently about it. But like, from what I've seen posted everywhere else, right? From like the other pages that post about like pop culture and stuff. But I feel a type of way about that, dude, because I feel that the presentation, the marketing behind what he's doing, because don't get me wrong, it's all marketing. The fact that he hasn't talked to nobody, that's marketing, papa. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the right now, the conversation around it is very much like, man, look at me, like, start over and let me start from scratch. And for me, I feel only a type of way about it because that's what I'm doing. And so I feel like, oh, okay, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to portray that, having a bunch of money behind it. Like, let me sell this story, right? That's what that looks like. If y'all want to see what that really looks like, ta-da, like grinding, papa, to make this thing happen. And again, honestly, everything I've ever seen from Kai, he looks legit. He looks like a super cool ass dude and down to earth. So it's like, that's why I'm not a hater, bro. Like, I'm not a hater at all. Because if anything, I did see that he published his notebook so that we can all learn from it. But it's like, is that actually, dude, or is this marketing stuff? Do you have a whole team behind you, or is this sincerely you? You know what I'm saying? That's the part that I feel like, like, don't lie to me, dude. Like, if you want me to buy into it, I don't know. I just feel a little interesting about it. I seen, like, I don't know if it's for real or not, but people talking about, like, oh, he kind of like ghosted me, and I haven't, whatever. Like, there's a lot of like marketing around him, and I just feel a type of way about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interesting, but we'll see, because yeah, dude, it is a grind, dude. It is a grind. Doing all this stuff is a grind, but I understand that, not everyone's journey looks the same, dude. With that said, bro, so what? Because guess what? If I had that backing, well, shoot, it might look different. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that too. I understand that aspect about it too. So with that said, whatever's clever, dog. We're still pressing forward. You know what I'm saying? Background Noise Podcast, y'all. Let's go. I believe that art lives within every soul, within you, and it's not just what you create, it's who you are. Seventh Art exists to affirm that truth, to remind you and the world to embrace your inner creativity and to pursue your one wild and precious life. Our collection is the physical manifestation of this belief. Timeless pieces like our signature caps, beanies, and shirts, crafted with premium materials and subtle designs that invite you to carry your inner art outward. Wearing them is not about logos. Every piece we make is an invitation that becomes a declaration of one simple truth. You are art. Head to SEVENTHAURA.com and explore the collection today, because you are the art that the world needs. Fellas, let's talk real estate for a second, because if you're thinking about buying a home or an investment property, you need somebody who actually has your back, not someone who's just trying to make a sale, someone who keeps you protected throughout the entire process. And that's exactly why you should work with Frania Lepe. She's a Houston realtor who takes your security seriously, financially, and legally. She makes sure you understand every step, every number, and every piece of paperwork so you never feel lost or taken advantage of. She's big on transparency. She'll tell you what's a good deal and what's not, and what traps you should avoid. And whether you're more comfortable in English or Spanish, she's fully bilingual, so nothing gets lost in translation. No surprises, no hidden terms. Whether you're buying your first place or upgrading to something bigger, Franny makes sure that you move confidently and safely. She keeps the process smooth, clear, locked in from start to finish. So if you want a realtor who treats your money and your future with the same care she'd give her own, contact Frania Lepe. Her is at Real Estate with Frania on all platforms. That's at Real Estate with Frania on all platforms. Secure the right place with someone who's really in your corner. Let's go. Fellas, listen up for a second. If you're planning to tie the knot, whether it's a big wedding, something low-key, or even a last minute, let's just do this, you need an officiant who keeps the ceremony smooth, personal, and actually enjoyable. That's where Manny Matrimony comes in, baby. He's a professional marriage officiant based right here in Houston, and he brings that perfect balance of personality and professionalism. No awkward scripts, no boring energy. He works with you to build a ceremony that feels like you. And here's the part nobody tells you. A great officiant is the difference between a ceremony that feels stiff and one that feels meaningful and fun. And that's what makes it unforgettable for everyone. He handles everything from personalized vows to making sure your paperwork is squared away. And if you need him outside of Houston, he can travel too, just a small additional fee. So if you're ready to secure your wedding day and lock in someone who will make the moment count, hit him up at 661-800-8654. That's 661-800-8654. Don't wait until the last minute. Dates fill up fast. If you're looking to get your brand in front of the eyes of millions across multiple platforms, reach out to production@SEVENTHAURA.com. Again, that's production@SEVENTHAURA.com to get started. What's good, everybody? It's your boy spacitysteve. Look, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here so you don't miss out on any 7th Hour productions. Hit that subscribe button right here. And remember, it ain't but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th Hour, baby. Let's go.
You're listening to Background Noise.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the BackgroundNOISE Podcast. I'm your boy, spacitysteve. We're having a fantastic time. I didn't get to finish this thought, but I want to say this real quick. When you guys are thinking about, if you are having struggles thinking about what you have to do in this life, or what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you want to continue doing for the rest of your life, I would say 2 things. 1, try a bunch of stuff. If you're in school, sign up to play sports, sign up to be part of this debate team. Do things. Do a lot of things. Do things you like, put yourself outside of the comfort zone. That's pretty much what it is. And people say that all the time. What's that look like? It's by signing up to things that you don't want to do. Like, okay, well, you know what? Shit, I don't want to be part of the debate team. Well, try it. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn new things. That's also important. And then 2, man, bro, there's no reason to define yourself by one like action or activity in life. You know what I mean? It's okay to redefine yourself and to have different eras. You know what I'm saying? Like different parts of you, different times of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's cool. You know, you can be doing something for a period of time and then reinvent yourself. And we see that a lot in sports mainly, right? You go to sports, dude, like, by the time these athletes turn like 27, they're out the league. That's it. What else are you going to do? We see it a lot there. And so I think that it's so awesome to have the opportunity to just be and do whatever you want to do. And you figure all that stuff out again by signing up and trying new things. So let's get into a couple of things. What the heck is deja vu? Because what the frick is deja vu, pa? Like, what, like, dude, how you gonna tell me, bruh, not me closing, how you gonna tell me that, like, you experience a moment and you're like, wait, I've been here before? Like, are we all just gonna have that experience and not question that a little bit more? You mean to tell me that I feel like I've done this already? What? What is that? I don't hear nothing about no damn chemical thing in your. I don't want to hear none of that. What is deja vu? Dude, I have an issue with this, bro. I mean, like, what the we got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? By the way, have y'all seen the movie Deja Vu with Denzel Washington? That's a cool movie, dude. That's a cool movie, dude. Okay, let's get to my notes here. This says the Bible's a map. That's true. That's true. So I put this in my notes because I was thinking about that on the way home, and I said, you know what? The Bible's a map. I've spoken about this before, and I want to say it again here on the podcast. And I feel like the Bible's like a roadmap to get back to the beginning. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth, made Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply. I think the Bible is a map to get back to that point. So the way that I've explained it before is like, imagine God having this plan, and then that plan foils. And it's like, okay, I need to give these people all the thorough instructions of what they need to get back to this point. And I'm talking all the important details. So imagine I lived 2 hours away from you, and I had to tell you, and you know nothing about anything. I had to tell you how to get to me. You have to explain every little detail. Like, get up and put on clothes. What are clothes? All right, then get in your car. What's a car? Put on gas. What's gas? Go this way, go that way. And I feel like that's what the Bible is, just to get there. And so what's important about this theory, well, yeah, I guess this is it. This is my theory about it. So what's important about this is that I feel like through those instructions, you can know things about me, right? So if I'm giving you instructions how to get to my house, hey, bro, don't take 45 because that, bruh, you can, like, what does that say about me? I don't know. But you can figure something out. Oh, he doesn't like 45. Why? You can start to theorize because it's too fast, or because there's whatever, because this or that. You can start to theorize why I don't. But the point is that you can get something from it, right? But you don't know that I'm a Patriots fan. You know what I'm saying? You don't know a lot about me, because all I'm trying to do is get you here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel about the Bible. It's like, it's just a story about how to get back to that place. And so we can learn things about God, and we can catch glimpses and understand kind of through the stories. But I feel like there's way more than what we know. Like, yeah, like, I think that the Bible is a roadmap to that, and that there's a lot more to God than we can ever even, I think of. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that's beautiful. So, yeah. Oh yeah, let me see. I already talked about my birthday. Okay, well, this is cool, guys. All right, let's do it. Are we ready for this, guys? Okay, if it's a hard cut, it's because something went wrong. But let's do it. We're gonna do something different on the Background Noise Podcast, and what we're gonna do today. Okay, let's see. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, this will work. Okay, what's up? What's up, guys? We are here at a new scene in the Background Noise Podcast. Give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourself. I was gonna play the ads again. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Give me literally like 30 seconds, real quick. I might cut the video if it takes too long. So all right. Okay. Welcome, guys. I definitely had to cut that because that took for freaking ever. So welcome to this new scene of the Background Noise Podcast. In this scene, what we can do here is actually take a look at some of the stuff that you guys send me for review. We can not only get my commentary, but actually look at some of the stuff. And two, we can look at some of the things that, like, as I'm going throughout my day and going throughout my week, if I see something funny, I'll bookmark it and we can talk about it here. So this is pretty lit. I don't have anything bookmarked today, but we'll show you guys a scene. So check this out. Yo, what? Okay, so first and foremost, this here, pinned to the very top, as you guys know, is the credo of SEVENTHAURA. I'll read it again. We believe that art lives within every soul, within you. And it's not just what you create, it's who you are. SEVENTHAURA exists to affirm this truth and to remind you to embrace your inner creativity and to pursue your one wild and precious life. We can actually I could have just done this.
You are. SEVENTHAURA exists to affirm that.
Can y'all hear that?
To remind you and the world to embrace your inner creativity.
Look at this.
And to pursue your one wild and precious
Look
life.
at this.
I believe
Oh, hold
that
on.
art
Wait.
lives
This
within
might
every soul,
play some
within
other
you,
stuff.
And it's not just what you create, it's who you are. SEVENTHAURA exists.
Hey, how about that? Okay, so here was my idea. My idea was to, like, as I go through the week, I'm going to be sending out random tweets about, like, things that I think about to want to talk about. And similar to some of the notes that I talked about, for example, like the Bible's a map, what the frick is deja vu, and all these other things. It's like, if I remember, or if I have extra commentary that I want to, like, for sure that, like, I want to not forget, I'll put that. If not, I'll just kind of know that I can just make commentary on it when I see it. So let's see. The very first thing that I did an hour ago, which pisses me the hell off. Y'all seen this video that I just played, and I read the credo to y'all talking about. I'm not gonna read it again. You guys know it. All I'm saying is that art lives within every soul and pursue your one wild and precious life. And then I get a comment from somebody saying this. Uy, ¿qué pasó? Moda del mundo. Worldly stuff. That's what she's saying. So let me give you guys some context. I used to play the trumpet at church, and we had a band, and we'd travel around the United States to the different states and even some other countries to play our music. And it was wonderful, and it was beautiful, and it was awesome. And so a lot of people know me as a trumpet player for a Christian band, which is great. I love that. And I still love that music, and I still have to play the trumpet, and that's awesome. And nothing's changed. That's amazing, bro. And so a lot of people know me as that. And this came from Facebook, and a lot of people on Facebook are from, like, that time of my life, right? And so I posted this video of me saying the credo, and then this person says this, and I just feel so upset by that, because that kind of stuff happens a lot. So I said, what about this is worldly? Like, and let me clarify the worldly. Let me, like, change that with that. What about this is bad? Like, what about this is, because when someone says that del mundo, that's like, so that is like, oh, that's bad, right? So what about this is bad? Have you looked into what my brand means? Like, did you even listen to it? What? And then check this. Check out this quick, like, vibe switch. Hella, happy birthday and God bless you, brother. And I put right. Like, come on, bro. I hate that, dude. Like, I strongly dislike that. How can I put this with? I strongly dislike that, dude. Like, that is just so, like, I don't know. That really infuriates me, bro, because I feel like that's the problem with my Hispanos, bro. Like, my Christian Hispanos, the problem is too much gossip, too much judgment. Too much of that happens, dude, and it frustrates me, bro. And it's like, it's something that, I mean, you can see it. I've noticed it when I was heavily involved in church doing the trumpet stuff that I was telling you guys about. And then I see it now. Look, like, how was, like, let's just say I was struggling. Let's just say I did need help. Let's just say I did need for someone to reach out to me and to help me, right? This is the person that's supposed to do it. Like, this is the kind of thing that's not Christ. Like, that's not supposed to get me to want to consider, because that's all we could ever ask for, right? The Holy Spirit does the rest. Am I not right? Am I wrong? Well, we just plant the seed and the Holy Spirit what? So is this doing that? Bruh, come on. And then the problem is that everyone does this. And so a lot of times this is the experience that people get. I remember someone told me once, you're the, like, mind your attitude, mind your demeanor, because you might be the only Jesus that someone ever sees. I almost ended the podcast. But I'm gonna say it again. Mind your manner, because you might be the only Jesus that someone ever sees. What does that mean? I pray that every soul gets the opportunity to hear someone present Christ, right? But not everybody gets that. That's just the reality of the world, which is why the Bible instructs to be Christ-like in your walk, right? What Paul said, imitate me as I imitate Christ. Does it not say that? And so be Christ-like, right? This ain't that, bro. Like, you mean, come on, bro. Like, we've already seen it once. What happened when Jesus came, right? When Jesus was born, what happened to him? Was he embraced by the church? Was he loved, and was he cherished, and did he live a life that God would? I'm saying it as in like his treatment, the treatment towards him. Hell no. He got crucified, pa. What the frick is wrong, bruh? Damn. And guess what? If he came back today, he'd get crucified, pa. He'd get assassinated, bruh. Probably. Like that's just the truth about it, bro, because we so judgmental, dog. What did Jesus do? What was his first miracle? He made water into wine, bruh. You know what dude has to go to a party to be the one to turn it to wine? Hey, we ain't got no more wine. Ha ha. We don't got no more what? A lot of people mad that that's their Jesus right there. Does the word say it or what? So his first miracle was that, bro. What did he do? He sat with the sinners, bro. He went to the church when they were selling, turning it into a market, and he trashed it, bro. What? But man, bro, but people are so judgmental, man. A lot of y'all wouldn't see Jesus if he came today. Y'all wouldn't notice it was him. Y'all would have closed off to him because y'all would have judged him. And I have a problem with that. So don't be coming at my stuff talking about none of that. All right. Anyway, next, check this out. Hey, yeah, Kyrie Irving. Dude, what a switch. Should I have let that simmer a little bit? Oh, yeah. Good. Great. I mean, shoot, I forgot to put the screen that has my account. Anyway, yeah, bro. Anyways, yeah, well, that was enough of a transition, I guess, right there. So, yo, okay, now moving on. So going back to this, Kyrie Irving liking my tweet. You saw, I had to post that one. That was crazy. I'm still figuring out what I got to do as a response to this. I'm thinking about like what I said. Is that enough of a like? I feel like I gotta post it. Just posting this is not enough. I feel like I gotta attach it to a video, like put this over a video. So I gotta see like, how do I mean, bro, I gotta respond to that. What, bro? So like, come on, so gotta figure that one out. But that's super lit, bro. I'm super stoked about that. And then there's this one. I don't know why I didn't get to that. Unbox my new iPhone with the best possible viewsy. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright, so I'm gonna make noise over it. Yeah. But this looks lit as hell, bro. This was in Austin. What baby? Dude, that's so lit. Speaking of this, I need to get clips. Dude, y'all need to see. Oh my God, can I not show you guys now? Oh my God, I'm gonna show you guys little bits of the freaking, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. Okay, of the Billy video. Oh my God, can we watch the beginning? Oh my God. Oh, we're totally gonna do this. See, this is why this is part of the podcast now, baby. Let's go. This is so lit. Okay, so okay. Oh, I had no idea coding would be a skill I'd begin to develop. Okay, let's just watch the clip. I put a clip. I'm doing literally like the coding for the website myself, which is cool because similar to the programs that I've used to do my live streams, the podcast, the programs that I use are real bare and they force you to hold on. Y'all see this? This is not intentional, by the way. You see how my microphone is in focus and I'm not? I need to fix that. That's not intentional. So if you guys have noticed it and thought, oh, is it an artistic choice? It is not. And I think I fixed it, by the way. I think it is fixed now. It is. So anyways. What was I saying? Let me rewind just a tiny bit. Dude, I'm having so much fun. This is so cool. The podcast, the programs that I use are real bare, and they force you to learn every like minute detail. But I prefer it that way, and that's kind of sort of how I've learned really everything that I've learned. Trumpet, how to edit videos, how to edit photos, and now how to actually make a website. Go to SEVENTHAURA.com. Y'all feel free to go to that page to take a look at the different pieces that we have up and available. Okay. Dude, yeah, bro. I had no idea coding would be a skill that I'd begin to develop in 26. Yet here we are. Dude, I coded an entire site. So let me put it back on me. If anything, yeah, I'm going to put it back on me. So, dude, I have thought to myself, how the heck can AI benefit my business? Because you hear that a lot. I hear a lot of people talk about how AI can help benefit your business. We're in another gold rush. People talk about how when it was, 1949, the gold rush. That's why it's called the San Francisco 49ers NFL football team. I believe that's why. So the gold rush, there was gold. People were finding gold in I think, wherever, California. Anyways, bro, there was a gold rush. It was an opportunity. It's like right now you can go make a tremendous amount of wealth. There's an opportunity. And then all of a sudden the next that I know of is like the .com era, when the internet was just beginning, right? Where it was a boom. The internet's a new thing. What the frick is this? This isn't unlike anything we've ever had. It's not like a better car. It's not like a better light. It's not a better something. It is a new thing. And it's an opportunity. And I've heard people say similar to those events in the past, we're having that right now with AI. And I'm like, bro, well, what the frick? I mean, I hear something like that. I'm like, well, I'm trying to... Hello, I want to get on that too. Like, how can that help me, bro? You know, dude, there's this video of this guy, and he was telling people, "Oh, invest in Bitcoin," way before it was what it is now. And he only in his next post was like 10 years later. Because the first image was him just kind of looking regular at his house. The second one was 10 years later after saying invest in Bitcoin, trust me. And he was on a yacht. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. How am I need to get in on this. People say we're in an AI, like we're in a new gold rush. We're in a new .com boom. It's the AI boom. I'm like, well, how the frick does that benefit me, dude? And so I'm trying to figure out how that, I'm still low-key trying to figure that out. But what I can say is that, I mean, bro, look at my, like, what do you mean look at? Let's take a look, bro. Let's take a look, dude. So the website that I did, SEVENTHAURA.com, obviously, I did all this coding it myself, which is so crazy. And I was able to code it myself with the help of AI. And so, bro, I mean, it's possible. And that's where I started to understand the difference between the different AIs. I don't know. I'm kind of getting... There's different AIs that do different things, you know, they're that specialize in different things. And so, yeah, like I was able to do this, like how like, you can literally ask it, like what I did was, hey, I always hear that you can make me an app. What do you mean you can make me an app? Like in this chat, like, am I going to see an app in this chat? Like literally, what is it literally? How do you make it for me? I don't get it. Like explain that to me like I'm 5. I do that a lot. I'll say it like that because I like thorough explanations. I like to, when I'm learning something, I need all the facts, all the information. I want to consume it. And then I'm able to like take that far. And so I'm like explaining like I'm 5. And it's like, oh yeah. So like, no, it's like not going to appear in this chat, the app, obviously. We just can show you where to do it for the best price points and whatever. And like, we can like take you along every step of the way to make it happen. I'm like, bro, what? And so I'm like, okay, well, shoot, like an app. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know that I need an app. I don't know that I'm a fan of apps. Like, I think at some point I'll make it, I'll make one, just maybe make one. I don't know, like for fun or something. But like, I don't know. I feel like social media is more important, bro. Like, I don't know who's going to download an app. I mean, maybe people will. I don't know. I'm not a huge app downloader, to be honest with you. So that's why I feel that way. But anyways, I'm like, let me not do an app right now. Damn, should I do an app? I'm over here talking about it, thinking about it like, damn, maybe I need to do an app. Okay, well, y'all stay tuned. Shoot, I don't know. So anyways, I said, well, right now it's like I have these products and obviously I would love to get these into the hands of as many people as I can. How do I do that? Like, even if I post about it and someone says, okay, where can I buy it? You need to have an infrastructure put in place. So I said, I kind of gave my AI a prompt saying, hey, you know what? I heard you can do this. You can make apps and do all these things. I want a website. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to do it. I'm currently paying for one here. I want to not pay for it like this. I want to do it instead like this. And I kind of gave it all the explanation, and it gave me a literal roadmap of what I needed to do. And so a part of that was learning code. And so I obviously, with the help of AI, I was able to start like doing it. And what was cool about it is that it ended up becoming to a point where I was remembering and memorizing some of the patterns, and I was able to go and then edit the code myself. I'm not going to show you guys that part because obviously I feel like that is like, I feel like you're not supposed to do that. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I can see the site. If you guys, I mean, obviously if you guys are watching this, you guys are seeing it. If you guys are listening to the podcast, because you know you boys on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, cha-ching. If you guys are listening, man, whip out your phone, go to seventhhoura.com. So yeah, all of this is super lit. And what's cool about it is like, I love about my site, the fact that it looks like real, it looks real 2000, you know what I mean? Like it's so 2000, like this button looks like, so like, I don't know, classic, dude. It looks old school and I freaking love it. It looks so, I don't know, the aesthetic of the site, bro. I am so like, I'm hooked on it. This is a fire right here. So there's that. You know what? I'm going to say this on the podcast, and I'm not going to clip this. So you guys will only ever know this if you guys listen to the podcast and thoroughly. I'm going to give you guys a little insight on the website and of the collection here. As of this very moment, if you guys are listening to this way later, it's changed since then. But as of the moment that I'm currently living in, the reason why the shirts say notify when available is because I have yet to learn the code to incorporate sizing. Because I have them. I just don't know how to, well, not yet. I just haven't had the time to figure this out yet or to do this part yet. But to put where you can select that you want, like the size that you want. So with that said, only for those that listen this way, if you email in to go to the site, and if you email, put your email in here, or you know what? No. Go down here where it says contact@seventhhoura.com. Email this one, and if you do that, asking for your size, we'll be able to get you a shirt. How about that? So do that, and that'll be lit. Obviously, you got to pay for it. What the heck? So obviously, got to pay it. Yeah. You got obviously, yeah. You guys gonna buy it, but I'll give you guys the opportunity because right now it's not, and who knows when I get the chance to do it. But that's lit. So I want to do that for you guys here. Anyways, the site, I freaking love the way that it looks, and then even the extra details here. Like I'm telling you, all of this coded completely by myself. Like there is a way to do websites that doesn't have to be coded yourself. By the way, there are like host platforms that can do it for you. They're just going to charge you for it. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm like, man, bro, like with all this paying, and again, kind of circling back. That's why when I see like others posting about their brand, but you know, they have a huge backing. It's like, bro, like, no, this is what it really looks like, dude. Having to find other ways, you know what I mean? Like having to really make it happen. Anyways, so all of this, bro, coded completely by myself. This is so freaking lit. And then all of the, like, bro, literally, bro, to get all this stuff here, you have to code everything. Heck, this came from nothing, bro. Dude, this is the coolest thing. Just, I'm super proud of the site, and I wanted to show you guys that. But yeah. Okay. Going back to the shirt. If you guys email in, type in SEVENTHAURA backwards into the email. And then if you guys do that, I'll know you guys are looking for a shirt, and we'll get in contact, and I'll be able to get you guys a shirt, okay? And we'll get you guys a shirt for that. Let's see. Let's go back to okay. We're back onto my social. BRB, damn, I wish I knew what this was. I'm just kind of looking through. So, okay, spot the error. Okay, ready, y'all? We're going to play spot the error of this photo. because it's a podcast, I'm gonna give you guys just a real quick. I'm gonna kind of get to it because obviously, I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging too long. We have a lot of audio only listeners, so I'm not gonna keep it quiet for too long. But spot the error in this photo, okay? This is me looking at you as you try to spot it. Damn it! And then over here's the big ass, fat ass hint. So I wore some Yeezys with Nike socks, bro. And that is just that's just not like, wow, that was. And the crazy thing is that what's bad about it is that I didn't even notice it. It was brought to my attention, bruh, huh? And so yeah, that's the error. That was funny. I like that. By the way, if y'all want to follow your boy, you guys gonna be knowing what I'm gonna talk about whenever I'm talking about it. You know what? Let me do this right here too. I'm gonna say I'm currently recording. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Damn. Typing. What the heck? Let me fix that. I'm currently recording a pod. Hello. Lit. So this is some promotional stuff that I made. This is another example of how AI can benefit your business. I haven't even posted these. I almost forgot these existed. These are some, I did this with AI. I was able to give it my shirt. I have my renders of my shirt because obviously I made them, designed them, did the whole thing. So I have all that information. Excuse me. And I was able to put this into one of the AIs, and there's like a prompt you can ask it to put this on a model and have it select the poses and do all those things. And so I thought this was incredible. Obviously you can see here how the logo or the name SEVENTHAURA is a little kind of blurred. That's because AI is like, I think that might be a copyright thing where they're not able to put the actual like name on it. I think that might be what that is, but that can be easily corrected with Photoshop. So but I'll take it. This is lit. And this honestly leads into OMG, this leads into a bigger conversation, dude. So I think this is cool. I think this is great. I mean, look at this. I mean, I have all these shots that is great. I mean, I don't think this is a real person, or maybe this is an actual model that like submitted their photos for use. Like, I know that's a thing. Photographers are able to put their photos into a database that becomes available for people that are like, oh, let me just get like a stock image. Like, that's a thing. And so this might be a real person or this might not be, but how cool that I can see all the different pieces of the collection on these photos that look like, you know, like this, it's like a whole, like a photo shoot. This can literally be on the site. But the site doesn't have people. It's just strictly the product by design. But still, I think that's super cool. But this does lead into a bigger conversation, and that I'm gonna get into it right now. And I'm actually gonna open this up for you guys right now. And that's that, like, no matter how good AI is, something about it is obviously missing. And so when it comes to my brand, I feel like I want to do I want to do as much as I can. So I'm going to continue to use AI to help me with whatever it is that it can help me with. But as far as presenting it, it's got to be authentic. You know what I mean? And so, as you guys probably see through my shades, I have this brainstorm written out that I'm going to share with you guys right now. Okay, and I'm gonna read through it. I did this a couple of days ago, and so I don't remember exactly everything that it says, but I'm going to we'll see. So we have oh yeah, that's a different one. So we're gonna stay on this side here. Brainstorm marketing the collection. So obviously, like, a part of putting the brand out is marketing what it is, and I want to do I want to do 3 different pushes, and this is gonna be one of them. And this is just my brainstorm right now. So however it comes out, it's going to be different. But this is the brainstorm for the marketing behind my collection. And so what I have written here is I have the concept is still frames of each product with moving elements. So I say still frames, although it's a video. So what I want to have, and I have a reference photo here, and the link down here actually goes to this video. And so what I want to have is my product, for example, someone wearing my shirt in the middle of a walkway, like, right, a crosswalk, and there's people walking on the other side. but my subject is still. So it looks complete, and I'm not talking about he's standing very still. No, it's like it looks like there's only a few things moving in this. So it's like a still image with moving parts, right? Again, if you guys want to follow through with this, just subscribe to the YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, or go to my socials, because you guys are going to see what this looks like. If it's not making sense to you now, it's just how my mind works. It makes sense to me, and you guys will see it. So, yeah, so I want to have that. So my product featured super still, like very still, and then like slight movement around it. It might be just like the birds flapping their wings, not the entire bird moving. So it might look different each time, but that's the concept so far. So I end up putting find wonderful frames around Houston. I put / the Bayou area, and I put city, but not to Houston, right? Because I don't want it to be too Houston, because I want to keep it open for future Houston collaboration type of pieces, which I do have some stuff in mind, but we're still focused on season 1 of the collection. So hold on. But yeah, I want to be around Houston, but go for more like a neutral city vibe as opposed to Houston. Although I'll give a little bit of Houston, but for example, the Be Someone, I'm not going to do it for this one. That's like a gimme. But when it comes down to my Houston collaboration, you better believe that I'm going to be standing on the sign, bruh. Like I'm going to get on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's illegal, then I'm not going to do it. I don't live in Houston. And so the theme for it is city vibes. Like I do want city vibes for this. So as my piece is featured, it'll be around various locations. And so I have a couple of places here. This is my brainstorm, guys. So none of this is like set in stone. So I don't want none of y'all being like, hey, but it wasn't. None of that. Because it's a brainstorm. So we have for this I have all the different pieces here, and with the different pieces, I have my my notes on them. So we have the I Am Art, the gray tee. Location, I'm thinking rice box, and what I have is like the model smiling and gesturing a cheers with a dumpling, and then I put plus space buns. So I'm thinking about baby for that, and for her to be there, it's like smiling and then like doing like a cheers, dude, and that's the movement. Like again, how it's. I mean, I'm thinking that don't look cool, right? We're gonna figure out how it's gonna look cool in the moment, but the scene, like the movement, I'm still figuring out. But the scene is like, I'm thinking rice box, I'm thinking, man, I want to pull up maps, but I don't want to like dox myself, bro. I'm not going to do that because I want to pull up a picture of rice box. See, as we get better, I'll have all this stuff with you guys prepared. But so I'm thinking rice box, oh yeah, bro, I did this thing at night. And I remember thinking, let me get the photos of these locations. I was like, no, bro, I'm sleepy, bro. Enough of this stuff. I got to go to bed. So rice box, space buns, smiling, dumpling, maybe do something cool. Maybe it's just the cars moving. Maybe it's birds. If we can get a flock of birds and have like I don't know, something dope. But you see the shirt, whether it's the I Am Art part. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it probably is that. Let me, oh, lit. Okay. So yeah, you see the shirt and yeah. So there's that one. Next we have the cap. And obviously, there's gonna be multiple of my pieces featured. Like you're gonna see 2 maybe of this one cap. You know what I'm saying? And then this one at a garden. The model smelling flowers. Water is a plus. So like if there's like a fountain near, that'd be a plus to have that because there's extra movement. And I'm thinking palm trees and very grand. I'm thinking the very grand really comes from the angle of the camera to get that. You know what I'm saying? It's like down looking up and you see like the splendor of palm trees. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. And maybe in the perfect world, the movement is like a hummingbird and you just see the wings, but the rest of the thing is still. We'll see what we can get. Dude, I love about when I go into a shoot, it's like I'm so like raw when it comes. Yeah, let me get back to this one real quick. Yeah. Whenever it comes to like producing content, dude, I feel like I'm so raw. Like it's funny because I had somebody ask me recently, they're like, hey man, like I'm looking to get some lights for my studio. I want to start filming some some videos about some of the work that I do. And so I see what you do, and man, dude, like, what suggestions you give me? What lights can I buy? And I had to tell him, dude, I was like, bro, honestly, I don't know, man. I referred him to someone else that I felt like would know, because I'm of the mentality that make it happen with what you got. You know, obviously, like, for sure, if you can afford to purchase like incredible equipment, then do it. What the heck? Like, don't do that if you don't have to, but it can be done. Like, it could be done is like my my mindset when it comes to my production. And so, because then I told them, I was like, the lights that I have, like these lights, I can't change the hue. For those that don't know what that means, I can't make it more yellow or more bluish. You know, these are just, it is what it is. If I want to change it to look more yellow in this room, I do that through my cameras or through the video software that I have, not the lights. Whereas on incredible crazy lights, it does have that. And then, and so yeah, I was telling him that, and I was joking with him. I was like, dude, I was like, man, bro, with my lights, you know, guess what? We know when you need it to be less bright. I ain't got no switch for that, papa. I gotta just move it further away. That'll get less bright. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about the mindset about making it happen with what I got. And so, yeah, like that's why I say, like, oh yeah, in the ideal world of this shoot, you know, it's a hummingbird moving. I'm like, well, we'll see what we get. Cause for me, I'm like, I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's document it and let's just see what happens and do with that. And I love that, dude. I absolutely love that. And it's important to me when I'm working with somebody, that they understand that, because that for me, that produces the best results. And so that's why I'm very selective with who I work with and what collaborations that I accept, because there needs to be that if not a mutual understanding, at least a space and respect for my process. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way that I see things, dude. It's like, hey, let's make stuff happen with what we got. If we got fantastic stuff, let's do it. If not, bro, let's make, bro. If I didn't have nothing, bro. Anyways. So I love that it could be done mentality. So when it comes to these things, that's half the reason why this can look different. I mean, I have a mindset of what I want from it, and let's see how it goes. Super lit. All right, let's get back to these things, and I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Okay, this has been the Background Noise Podcast, bro. I really, really enjoy doing these pods. Let me get y'all back to this escena. Hello, me escuchan? Hello. Okay, I'm gonna kind of blaze through these because I feel like I'm taking forever. Am I taking forever, y'all? How long I've been going? 119. Maybe not. Maybe I feel like I'm taking forever because I'm recording this at night. Man, you guys might be watching this at the gym, early morning. You guys are ready to go. Yeah. Okay. Either way, let's get going. Okay, so we got this again. Location, an editing studio. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, you guys ain't seen that. Sorry, brother. I keep doing that mistake. Okay, here we go. This one here says location at an editing studio. Close up on my face. Okay, here we go. Wearing glasses. Emphasis. Oh, yes. Emphasize text on hat. Yeah, this one I can see clearly. So I'm imagining. So y'all can see me here. I'm going to put this. Imagine I'm going to talk about that here, and then I'm going to describe it more descriptively for the audio listeners after. But for those visual listeners, check this out. So imagine me here, and you see how you can see the screen off of my glasses. So I think that's going to be the movement. So it's going to be like a still frame, but the movement's going to be me scrolling, or like I'll probably put like a cool video, and you'll be seeing that through here. But the emphasis will be on this. The emphasis is going to be on the hat. So as you're seeing that, you're going to see the hat that says I am art, but then you're going to see that, like, the movement to fit the theme of what I'm doing. The movement's going to be on the glasses. And I think that's going to be really, really cool. Okay. Oh, for my audio listeners. So the way that I'm imagining this scene is going to be the camera facing me sitting at a desk, looking at my computer screen as I'm editing, and the camera's facing me, not the computer. And you're not seeing the computer I'm just describing the scene for you. So what you're looking at is just a frame of me, and it's a close-up shot, so very close. And on the reflection of my glasses, you're seeing the like some movement on the screen, and just above my glasses, right, just above the movement, you're gonna see the I am art. I might put some sort of glow effect or make it brighter or kind of like play with it so you don't miss it. But that's the scene for this one. So that is very cool. I don't have one for this. Yeah. So still brainstorming, guys. Not everything has something. Oh, this is a cool one. So location for the sticker, I think I'm put on a book, slap it on a book, stacked with books. Then someone picks up a nearby book, right? So it's someone picking up a book, but it looks like real retro, real like greeny, real filmy looking, like glowy, like real soft and clear, like glowy sun, right? A nice, like almost dusty library, but not dusty in like a like ill nasty. You're gonna start sneezing type of dusty. More like dusty as in like this is like an ancient place of knowledge, right? But not that profound. So just a nice, cool looking aesthetic. And then you see the 7th Hour sticker, bam, slap. Bro, look how cool. Oh my God, guys, you're not looking at this, guys. Well, you know what? The audio listeners are laughing at all of y'all visual listeners, bro. Welcome to what that feels like, they said. Okay, well, yeah, here's the sticker. Doesn't the sticker look cool? So yeah, still, either way, the sticker, I was describing it anyway. It was less about the product, more about the concept. So whatever. But so yeah, the sticker slapped onto a book, and then someone like grabbing the book or yeah. Another thing I had for this one was like maybe the the sticker on a like a street light, but that might be too like bleh, like that's been done too many times, right? I think like street light, you see the people moving. That might have been done too many times. Maybe a moving car. Slap it on a car, and the car's moving, so you see the car with like that blurry look where you can tell there's motion. So the car looks blurry because it's moving fast, and then the car is not the movement in the shot. Maybe like the sky, maybe the clouds are moving. You know what I mean? So like, we'll see. But the sticker placed on something, obviously. Okay. Then we have the 7th Hour, the cap. Location, background noise studio. Okay. Model calling cut. Okay, yeah, the crew surrounding and emphasize micro movements. I don't remember what the heck I meant with micro movements, but I do remember this hat being as like on the location of the background noise studio. I'm thinking about getting Manny for this part, and he's gonna be like the director. So I'm gonna be sitting here like if I'm sitting here talking on a pod, it'll look exactly like what it looks like when I'm sitting like on my regular scene, and then all of a sudden cut, and there's Manny like saying something about like someone, can you stop or cut, give me more or whatever, and then you see him wearing the hat. I think that'd be cool. Let's see if I have any more. No, I think that might be it. Okay, this one, Buffalo Bayou view. Okay, yeah, this is like a classic look. So I very much like the look of like when someone's standing and it's like facing their back, right? So they're looking away from you, and they can have that superhero pose where looking off to the right. I kind of like that pose a lot. And so there's one, right? So Buffalo Bayou. But you know what? You know what? I think I talk about this later in the tweets. So there's that. I feel like I kind of captured this a little bit. So let me double check that I have any more. If not, we're going to go back to socials because I feel like I kind of sort of captured this one. If I can get that again, but in with my camera and video form like I want it, I think we're onto something. So let me see. Oh, damn, bro. See, a lot be going on, dude. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, check this out, guys. This is an example of what I mean about like that, looking off to the side. I knew I had it. Shout out to Baby for capturing this photo. Pure heat. So this is pretty much what I like. This is pretty much it, except I need to get it with my camera. Because obviously the camera that I have is going to have higher quality than a phone. And then that way it needs to be video form. Like I need to get captured the way it needs to be captured to match the marketing, but this is pretty much it. Look how fire that is. As we are back here, moving on from that topic, by the way, let's kind of get past, or let's go here to see what else I have going on. February 19. Okay. Oh yeah, dude. You know what? Look, guys. Dang, dude. How long have been? Are y'all okay with me? I might have to end this here soon, bro. I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. I don't give a f about lessons learned or not produce. I must have been watching sports, bro. Talking about I don't give a damn. Oh, sorry if I shouldn't put a bad word on the screen right there. I don't give a f about learning lessons produce, bro. Look, there's a time and place where you got to produce, bah. You know what I'm saying? This video here is what really drove me to feel like I got to do the marketing for this myself. Was this right here? Because I'm like, this ain't it. Look how you just, that's almost creepy, pa. I'm going to take that crap off, bro. That's almost creepy, pa. Look at this. Look at this, his head. What the frick is that, dude? What the frick is that, dude? Hell nah, pa. Test tweets, hello. Check these videos out. These haven't even been posted, well, other than here. Y'all, this social right here, bro, this is where y'all can really see the behind the scenes. Look at this. This is cool, dude. Look at that, dude. Ooh-wee. Some more AI slop. Oh, and then the next rendition of it with the little pricing and stuff. You know, your boy had to kind of spice that up. Look at that. Damn, that looks cool, dude. Look at this. Isn't this video legit, y'all? This is cool. For those audio listeners, dude, they were looking at the... Go to my socials, bro. Go to @SEVENTHAURA on X, and you guys can see what the heck we're talking about here. Because here is where I'm talking about... you'll see like the hat, and I have some cool little graphics on it. And it's like spinning around. And it looks all like digital and old school. It's freaking lit. My screens lately, this is something that's got to be posted on my business account. Dude, everything gets posted here first, and then sometimes I'd be forgetting to distribute it everywhere else. But these are cool, dude. Honestly, I'm considering these being like a like wallpapers. These are kind of cool. I just haven't looked through them any further to see if like, I don't know, if anything shouldn't be on here that is. And then I did a 7thhour.com update. Okay, so this is definitely when I was heavily coding. I kind of moved on a little bit from it because there's a lot more to be done, and the site is up enough that you can go onto there and you can shop the collection. So I kind of moved on from this for now, but this was definitely my reporting on February 27. It says the following updates were made to 7thhour.com today. Updated product showcase displays for caps, beanies, Blue 01, Beanie 01, and the upcoming collection for improved presentation across devices, enhanced mobile responsiveness and user experience, refined navigation between the brand philosophy section and the shop, optimized the Notify Me and email sign-up functionality, improved overall site performance, including faster load times and optimized imagery, implemented additional accessibility improvements. These changes refined the site experience while maintaining alignment with the 7thhour brand. Systems reporting. See, I made it look all legit. Systems reporting. That was me typing it, dog. You know what I'm saying? But this is just me, what I'm up to. In my head, you know what I thought? At first I was like, you know what? Like, you know, it's like, it's for the people. So the people deserve to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was fun. All right. A couple of frames. I was able to snap some photos for Lakewood. This was pretty cool. This was my favorite of the night. I was able to get this gentleman here playing the piano. Looked real joyous. People having a good time in the back. Ah, y'all can't see it all the way. Let me move myself a little bit so y'all can see. Look at this. Nice. Nice, y'all. Okay. Let's see what the heck else we got going on over here, y'all. Oh, yeah. I was very impacted. My girl gifted my very first piece of art, which if you guys see that podcast, you guys can, it's the that canvas of Houston. And then my mom was my very first customer. She was the first person to place an order on my site, which I thought was freaking awesome. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I need brands that believe in their product to reach out. I get many people asking for recommendations on the items on all price tiers. Like for sure, bro. Like and it's mainly, I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. Any camera brands that are out there, reach out to me, dude. Send me your cameras. I'll use your cameras and I'll tell people that I do. Because it's incredible the amount of people that I get asking, what camera do you use? What do you recommend? What can I get for this? I want and people like shopping through me. So I think there's value in that, pa. Send me a good product and I'll recommend it. And that goes for really anything else. Okay, there's more. I'm not going to continue the, there's actually just 2 more. Adam Mosseri of Instagram says he'd love an industry-wide digital signature to be installed on all photo video devices to help keep track where media originates from and to verify that a post is not AI. So the CEO of Instagram said that what he wants to do is implement a way. I'm going to get to the other look because we're about to close up. But the CEO of Instagram said that to help solve the problem of AI, instead of trying to tell people that this is AI or this is not AI, that it's easier to tell people that this is real. And so he thinks that it'd be a great idea to install some sort of software that has like a signature that's placed in all cameras. So I mean, he meant it in a way of like in the ideal world, meaning like if he could have it his way, like every camera manufacturer would have some sort of digital signature on there that signifies that it's a real camera, and so that would be understood and read by the platform, because obviously video is just a bunch of ones and zeros, a bunch of code that is read by the software. And so when you post it to social media, it would know that it was from a real camera, so it would know this is real. And if it doesn't have the real tag, who knows if it is or not. And what's kind of cool is that on X, I think that's there too. You can't get the blue check mark because now you pay for it, but in part of paying for it, you have to prove your identity. And so for the most part, if you see one with a check, I'm sure there's ways that people can get around it, but for the most part, if you have a blue check mark, you know it's a real person. But I thought that was an interesting thing. I don't know that I need any more digital signatures on my crap, dude. Like, man, for as much tech and as much screen and as much of y'all see me with all this stuff and tech and all that stuff, as much as I love it, man, bro, I aspire to be just off grid, bro. Let me just go way over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just be out of it. But yeah, dude, that's kind of my thoughts there, dude. And man, honestly, dude, I will not lie, dude. I feel like this podcast could keep going for another hour and a half, like for real. But I'm not gonna do that. I will do that at some point though, because there is no time frame on the podcast. I just feel like, okay, there's other things I get to, some editing, some work I gotta do. Because again, your boy grinding, making this stuff happen. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all be great, stay creative, pursue your creativity, embrace it. Live your life. Don't let anybody tell you what you need to do, what you have to do in your own life. You live your life. I mean, take advice if you have good parents, if you have good people, if they produce good things and you trust them and they're good people, then sure, take advice. Obviously, I don't want you to be like, oh, I listened to the podcast, he said I'm gonna listen to you. No, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a difference between having toxic influence and positive influence. And so don't let toxicity get to you. You guys live a fantastic life. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This has been another episode of the Background Noise Podcast. If you guys want to be a part of the show, write into BackgroundNOISE Podcast@SEVENTHAURA.com. Send me your stuff. Follow me on socials. You guys see, we're going to be reviewing things. If you guys want me to send me stuff, let's talk about things, the whole thing. And don't forget to shop the collection at SEVENTHAURA.com, because you are the art that the world needs. Peace.